Hi, my name is Brandy. I am brand new to making YouTube videos. This is my very first. I ran across some videos through my searches in YouTube completely by accident. I ran across the planner community and was very inspired with some of the things that I saw. So throughout my life, I have tried different systems to keep myself organized and never really found something that worked for me. And now I'm very happy to say that I have a new love in my life. This is my Franklin Covey planner. Completely changed the way that I function with, so in this particular planner, with my finances and my work life. So my 9 to 5. But yes, very excited about my planner. This is a Franklin Covey that I purchased. I believe it was at Office Max, and have adapted some systems in there in addition to the Franklin Covey inserts. So I would love to be able to explore this with you and show you what I have put in place that has, like I say, helped to change the way that I function in my 9 to 5 job and with my finances. At last, my love has come along. One of the things that I've struggled with throughout my adult life is being able to keep track of my finances, as far as budgeting and just when bills are due, making sure that I'm not spending too much and getting too close to living to paycheck. So this has actually corrected all of that for me. And I would love to be able to show you how I have that set up. There are a couple of people on YouTube that have been influential for me as far as setting the planner, my financial planner up. One of those ladies' channel is called The Sassy Pineapple. She goes into much more detail. She has a family that she manages, and for me, it's just me and my daughter. So it's a little bit more simplified. My system is more simplified than hers, but I definitely did utilize her as some significant motivation. So a couple of the things that I have in here, if you are interested in any more detail or going further into different areas of your finances, she would be a really good resource to jump over to and watch her video. So I will certainly link her video below. But let's dig in and I will show you how I have it set up. It will look a little bit childish to some, and that's fine. I don't care because it works for me. But I'm very visual, so a lot of this is color coded. There are some stickers involved, but I'm a visual kind of person, and that's what makes this work for me. I think that everybody's mind works differently. For me, I'm a visual learner. And it's being able to see the color coding and the processes you'll see as we jump in just makes sense to me, and it keeps me motivated. So let's see if any of this might motivate you, or maybe something that you might want to adapt into your own system. So let's dig in. All right, so this is my binder. This is, like I say, it's a Franklin Covey. It is a classic size that you can purchase at Office Max or Office Depot, and I'm sure he sells it online as well, although I haven't looked. But as you can see, you can pack quite a bit in there. This is my daily planning as well as my financial planning. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm only going to show the financial part of it. Let's see what we have here. Opening up, the very first thing that we have is, this is just my vision board, for my lifetime vision board. I have a financial one in my wallet, but this is my financial freedom calendar, and this is actually by Nicole Miller. I purchased this it was either Office Max or Office Depot. Forgive me, I get them mixed up. But anyway, this is from Nicole Miller. So the very first thing that you're going to see whenever we open up to the very first page is my color coding system that I use on my monthly layout. So, I mean, you can see what the different stickers mean. The only difference for right now is that I am working towards becoming debt free. And so my little wise owl sticker there where it says money invested, I'm actually using that on the days that I pay off a debt. I'm very excited. I'm very close to being completely debt free. I cannot imagine how that's going to feel, but I look forward to the day, and I'm sure I will be sharing. But anyway, this is the color coding system that I use. I am going to fast forward to a month in the future. I don't want to give specific details, dollar amounts on my personal finances, so I am going to fast forward to a day in the future. Forgive me, I did need to hide what's on the right hand side there, but I will explain that in just a second. You can see now how I have it color coded. The green dots being my paydays, and the red dots are dates that bills are due. Just in case you're wondering, my little paw print down there reminds me that that is the day I need to give my little Saki, she's my little Shih Tzu. I need to give her her flea treatment and heartworm treatment, so that's my reminder for that. What you can't see is over underneath the little blue card there is how I lay out the dollar amounts. Written in black is going to be the exact dollar amount of my paychecks. And then underneath that amount, written in red, is the dollar amount of the bills that are due. As the bills are paid off, I highlight them off in yellow. This is a very good visual reminder for me that if it's not highlighted, it needs to be paid, and I need to be taking care of that. So that's basically the monthly bills, the way that I have the monthly bills organized. Works for me. I'm loving it so far, and I can honestly tell you not only have I stayed on track, but I've gotten ahead, and I'm already starting to work to get some of those debts paid off. So one of the things I'm gonna pause for just a second in my Nicole Miller, and I want to show you something through Franklin Covey. It's his financial supplemental pack. I have parts of that pack implemented at the back of my binder. There's a section where it says bills. That is where, of course, I am going to list my bills, and I can keep track of the exact amount that I'm spending. Now, how I'm going to use that is, let's say, for instance, I am paying too much on my cell phone bill. I can go back and see what my history has been, and then I can go back and search my data usage and see if I could reduce that, or just get an updated plan, because you know those guys do that all the time. Say cable. If I don't have cable, haven't had cable in many, many years, but if back whenever I did, I recognized that the dollar amount that I was spending did not match my lifestyle, because I just simply wasn't watching television. So I ended up getting rid of that. So using the bill tracker there, that's really how I use it, is just to be able to make sure that where I'm spending my money matches my goals and matches my lifestyle. The debt consolidation tab there, I actually use that as a debt snowball. I have all of my debts listed from smallest to largest. And what happens is everything gets a minimum monthly payment, but then as much extra as I can fit into my budget, I'll add on to the smallest debt and get that paid off as quickly as possible. Then I'll move that extra dollar amount plus that debt's minimum payment onto the next bill. This creates truly a snowball effect where you get your debts paid off a lot more quickly. So anybody who watches Dave Ramsey, and you get that the callers that call in and they're screaming financial freedom, I am looking forward to the day that I can do that. Anyway, on the monthly budget, this is simply going to be something that at the end of the month I'm able to look at and make sure I'm staying on track with. And then the yearly finances enables me to go back, plug in my numbers on exactly what I've spent, where I've spent it, did I stay within budget, can I make any adjustments, can I do anything, can I adjust anything to help me reach my life financial goals more quickly. The auto section is very simply the details on my car and when I'm getting my oil changes and tires rotated. And then of course the personal section is just a tab that I personally added that gives me my websites and passwords and all that jazz. So anyway, coming back over, we are looking back at my Nicole Miller monthly and weekly calendar, and I'm going to show you how I track my expenses on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so this is my weekly spread, and once again, not going to show you one that the week that I'm currently in, because you don't need to see what I'm spending my money on. However, here's what would happen. I keep all of my receipts. I track every dollar that I spend. I'm going to tell you that for many, many years, I've known that I needed to do this. And it was one of those situations to where I thought it was more difficult than it really is. It really is not that big a deal. I think that so many times people have just gotten used to throwing those receipts away, but just keeping them until the end of the day and jotting down where you spent your money and how much, I have found that it literally takes me a minute in the evening to do that. So what I do is, if it is an item that I needed to spend that money on, it's going to be written in blue. And I write it in blue as far as where I spent the money and the exact dollar amount that I spent. Then, if it's something that I shouldn't have spent my money on, whatever the case may be, whether it's fast food, shoes, whatever the case may be, that I truly did not need that item, then I would come over and I would write that in red. And then at the very bottom corner at the end of the day, I would add up the amount that I spent. So I use, and just kind of as a add-on here, I use these Friction pens. I got them from Office Depot. Listen guys, this is like the best pen ever. And I say that because the very end of this pen is an eraser, and I have never experienced a pen that actually erases entirely. So for a long time I wrote in pencil because I would want to, I'm just kind of person that has to look perfect. And now I can finally use pens again in color code, and I'm absolutely loving that. Anyway, as the week progresses, I would get all the way down to the end of the week, and I'll total up the exact amount of money that I spent during that week. So whenever I'm able to go over to my monthly budget, which is right over there, when I'm able to go over to my monthly budget, then I can separate that out into true expenses that were needed, bills, whatever the case, groceries, gas, versus the money that I shouldn't spend. So this little sticky here, loving the full stickies. They lay down so much better. And as crazy as it is, I didn't even know they existed until recently. But the reason that this sticky is here is on this sticky is written every debt that I owe. And I'm very proud of myself because I can fit it all on that sticky. Other than my car, I'm looking at only maybe $2,500 left. And once that's done, buddy, that car note is going away. So anyway, I keep that here. It follows me from day to day to day. So I always have my debts front and center in my mind, and every amount extra that I can put onto that, I do, and I will continue until I am debt free. I am looking forward to that feeling. So anyway, that is my weekly spread. That's how I count it down. And once the receipts are added onto the day that I spent the money, I simply throw the receipt away or shred the receipt. Another part of my financial system is actually my wallet. I'm not going to open it this go around, but if you guys would like to see what's inside and how I keep track of the receipts until they get into my Franklin Covey binder, how I keep track of my groceries and things like that, I can definitely show this, and very, very likely may do that in the near future. But anyway, that is a part of my financial planning. So there you have it. That is how I keep my day-to-day finances in order. And for someone like myself who has struggled with this literally my entire adulthood, very, very happy that I have finally found a system that works for me. If there's anything to take away from this at all, if the system itself wouldn't work for you, I think the best thing that I could say is that being able to be organized and know where your money is going. If you know where it is going, then you know where it needs to be going. The best thing that I can say is staying organized with your finances is truly a life changer. For people who tend to live paycheck to paycheck, I honestly do believe it is simply because you're not tracking your expenses. I say that from personal experience. I lived paycheck to paycheck many, many years, and I can tell you that I don't now. And this is the reason that I don't. I've gotten organized with it. So if there's anything that you could take away from the video, I hope that that's it. I hope that it's just a motivation to know where your money's going, know exactly where it's going, know what you're doing with it, know that each dollar that comes into your home needs to have a purpose and a plan. If it has a purpose and a plan, you're going to find that your finances will turn around. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to doing more. And please, if you find any interest or you have a system that works for you, I'd love to hear your comments below, and of course I will respond as quickly as I can. Have a great day.